This is the week, ladies and gentlemen. This is the week that Phil Spencer has promised we would be getting an update to the situation involving Xbox. If you've been paying attention, everybody's worried. Is this the end of Xbox? Is Xbox going the way of Sega, becoming a software developer essentially and just getting rid of its hardware aspirations? We don't know. We've been speculating and talking about it. Supposedly we're getting a big presentation, and when I sat down and thought about it, that's where I'm like, okay, something's not adding up right here. If they were really going the way of Sega and no longer developing hardware, this was like a doom and gloom situation, why would they be hyping up an announcement? Why would they be making a big presentation about it? Why wouldn't they have just talked about it a month ago when we had the developer direct, when they made these big game announcements about Indiana Jones and all the other stuff that they introduced? Why would they want to make us wait and anticipate some kind of huge update? Discussing the future of Xbox and the Xbox brand and all. It's almost like they're putting some anticipation and hype behind it. So if something was bad, why would they do that? If things were all doom and gloom and negative and, oh, this is the end, why would they have us wait and anticipate it and tell us, hey guys, we see you guys, we feel y'all, we know, blah blah blah, stay tuned for the future vision of Xbox, right? It's almost to the extent where, yeah, maybe we're being Chicken Little and we're saying the sky is falling and we don't know, right? But that's the thing that is really interesting about this whole situation, is that we don't know what's going on with this situation. This is, as we said in the past and others have said, uncharted waters for Xbox, right? Now, I feel that it's going to obviously be a press release of some kind of sort with some kind of, I guess, maybe a rebranding of Game Pass. We saw the rumor with how GameStop called it Microsoft Game Pass, and then they deleted the tweet, and then it was just a whole bunch of mess. I think they accidentally let the cat out of the bag. If I'm going to be completely honest, I could see Microsoft Game Pass being the new rebranding, since they're looking towards going multi-platform. Maybe it's going to be a multi-platform initiative for Game Pass, right? That's what I'm thinking. According to a new leak, right, there was some kind of like internal memo that Phil Spencer assured everybody they're not getting away from hardware development, that they're not planning on stopping making consoles. So that's, I guess, contrary to what the other rumors are. But again, we haven't heard any kind of like official announcement from Xbox at this time. So until this event happens, which literally there's been no date announced, it's Monday, February 12th. It's after 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. When's this happening? I don't even think they've tweeted about an upcoming meeting or anything like that. So as far as we know nothing, right? Like how Sting's catchphrase is, the only thing for sure about Xbox is that nothing is for sure. Now, I think the fact that they're hyping it up, that they're saying there's going to be a big announcement, that they're having internal memos, at least according to alleged speculations and leaks, I think it's safe to say that Xbox is not going to stop developing consoles. They're not going to go strictly third-party software development like Sega is. And again, like I said before in previous videos, I hope they don't. All right, I don't want to see companies fail. I don't want to see companies disappear, because competition's good. If you think about it, if Microsoft goes away, if Xbox is no longer a brand, that leaves us with Sony and then Nintendo. And even then, technically, you can't consider Nintendo a competition of Sony. At that point, you know, competition sparks creativity. Competition causes people to really, I guess, have that passionate edge amongst them. And I think if Xbox goes away, Sony's quality might diminish. That's just my personal opinion. Now, I don't know. I think the anticipation that's behind this next announcement that Xbox is going to do is it's kind of, I'm not even absolutely worried about it anymore. Not that I was trying to fearmonger the other day. I made a few videos on this saying, is this the end of Xbox? Is Xbox Game Pass over? And you've seen other people talking about it. It's not so much the fearmongering, and yeah, aside from the clickbait and all that, it's more of the, what's going on, because it didn't make sense. It didn't add up when you really looked at how the developer direct was a success and how they announced these big games like Indiana Jones, and then the next thing you're hearing is that Xbox might be going multi-platform. It really didn't add up. But when you look at it and you really take a big look at the big picture, and you look at some of the partnerships that they're doing with some of these games, and RGT hit the nail on the head actually on his video earlier today, as my microphone is sliding everywhere. I don't know if that affected the sound, but hashtag 8BE. I don't know. Anyways, I'm all over the place. RGT made a good point in his video today. He talked about how some of these games are in partnership with companies like Disney. Indiana Jones is a Disney game. Disney and some partners might take their IPs a lot serious. So if they feel that they're not going to get enough sales being exclusive to Xbox, you're damn right. Xbox, even if they're developing this game and they're working closely with it, they're going to try to push it to be multi-platform so that they keep partners like Disney happy. And I didn't really think about that. Now that he explained it, I'm not giving him as much credit as he, I don't want to gas RGT up, but that does make a lot of sense if you think about it. Because Disney, I mean, they just made a deal with Epic Games for a new Fortnite mode that's being teased at this point. Disney is wanting to get profits. And when you're dealing with corporations like Disney and you're another corporation like Microsoft, they're going to do what it takes to make money. I mean, maybe Disney's just going to come out and say that they bought Microsoft at this point. I wouldn't even be surprised at that. But there's going to be some kind of like multi-platform deal for certain franchises that are obviously going to make a lot of money if they're on PlayStation and Nintendo as well. Like Call of Duty, for example. Imagine if Call of Duty wasn't multi-platform. They'd be missing out on all of that money. Millions of dollars, literally. So maybe that's what's going to happen. All right. I think it's going to be a little bit of a refresh. They're going to have different subsidiaries. I still think Game Pass will be something that's multi-platform for sure coming soon. Microsoft Game Pass. That way it doesn't have the Xbox branding. It's the Microsoft Game Pass branding, and it makes it easier for multi-platforming and all that mumbo jumbo. Then I see them making a deal with certain partnerships for certain games, like anything that's Disney related and so forth. But I think that there's not going to be any kind of like getting rid of hardware at all. I think this is going to be a pretty good announcement solely for the fact that they're kind of building this anticipation forward. If it was bad news, I don't see them trying to invest people's anticipation behind it. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's a let's wait and see what happens, right? It's possible that it could all just be one big nothing burger. Like, we already know the facts. They're going multi-platform. That's it. And end of story. But maybe there might be something exciting, something very surprising. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to wait and see what exactly happens here. So, any day now, any minute, it literally could come out like right now. And this video would already be like, because the gaming industry this year seems like it's been changing with the wind, guys. So what do you guys think is going to happen right here? Do you think Xbox is done with hardware? Or do you think, we're all just worried and scared over nothing? Like the hype is being way too overwhelming and we're just overreacting, because that's what humans do. That's what gamers do when we care about stuff. So let me know your thoughts down below. Love to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and comment.